What is going on, my fellow garbage men? It is I, the Bow Trash Man, here today, and today I want to pose the question, does War Thunder have a hostile community?
This is man's world. This is man's world.
So before we begin, let me cover the gameplay here. It is a 1.47 patch gameplay, after that. It is using planes, I get 6 kills, and I feel like it was pretty good. I recorded it in replay mode. I really like it, very cinematic, very cool feeling. And I feel like I may do some more videos in that kind of sense, maybe to change up my editing style some, but yeah, that's a different topic for a different day. Let's get into the question at hand. Is the War Thunder community hostile? Let me explain what I mean by that, because I'm sure everyone has their pre-notations about what hostile community means inside their head. I'm not talking about a toxic community, which means just basically everyone hates everything and everyone. Kind of like League of Legends, Battlefield, Call of Duty. Those are the 3 big ones. League of Legends, players hate every player. I'm sorry, I play League of Legends and hate to say it, I get really mad sometimes and I'm like, oh, I'm a horrible person. Call of Duty, it's just a ton of people hating each other. And in Battlefield, it's a ton of elitists and people hating each other. I mean, sorry if I offended anyone with that, but, the bill fits. But I wouldn't go as far to say War Thunder is a toxic community. I would say it's a hostile community. Now what does that mean? Hostile community is one step below toxic. There's still a lot of love for things in there. There's still a lot of just, hey, this is cool, that's cool. But there is a ton of just anger and hate and despair and doesn't mean unreasonable hate, but just hate. The slaughtering grounds on Steam is well, I guess you could say it's a toxic community to the developer because it's justifiable hate, but it's still a toxic community to him. This is something I feel that we may be a little bit too Gijain, not so much ourselves. So recently in our subreddit War Thunder, which is a great subreddit, highly suggest you guys go check it out. But there was a post submitted 4 days ago that said 1.47 is a failure of a patch, War Thunder's failings found inside. Now this was a very long post, and it got a lot of people talking. In fact, it even got some members from Gijain in on it, including senior developer Alex, and I'm going to butcher this last name here, Polyakov. I don't know if that's right. I don't speak Russian. I'm sorry, so sorry. But a lot of them tried to justify their game, a lot of them were answering the thing, calling Gijain lazy, calling them ignorant, and eventually the thing went on for a while, and Gijain eventually just said, well, we're just not going to deal with this subreddit anymore, and they just pulled out. They were like, they Iraqed us, they were like, we're getting out of Vietnam, but so after that I got thinking, is the War Thunder community that hostile to Gijain as to we would scare them away from their own subreddit? So I decided to look around the subreddit. And while I was looking around, I came across another post. A small study on the hostility of the subreddit. Hey, that's something I was going to talk about. Someone did my work for me. Yay! Yeah, so this guy, he did a post basically comparing hostile, neutral, and hostile threads in frequency. Approximately about 31 non-hostile posts, 11 neutral posts, and 10 hostile posts. Quickly you're going to be like, oh, well, it's obviously not a hostile community. The non-hostile outweighs the hostile, therefore we all cool, dog. But there were some people who came back with rebuttals, and I was thinking along the same thing. A big thing is the fact that while the frequency of non-hostile, or the volume of non-hostile, is higher than the frequency of hostile is more popular. If you don't know how the Reddit, their voting system works, when you see a post, you can upvote it, which makes it higher on the list of posts seen. Kind of like a bump. That means things that are higher rated have more upvotes are featured at the top, but things with lower upvotes are placed at the bottom. For the last year I've been on there, a lot of top posts have been negative, if they were text posts, mainly, text photo posts. There have been a lot of just negative at the top, and while there has been a lot of positivity, a lot of it is down below. It's just below the hate, below the swamp, and disgrace that is hate. I don't want to call it disgrace and hate. That's unnecessary, and that's just rude. But a lot of people have come up with the hate is justified, you know. And it may be, but it's still very hostile to Gijain. I would feel that for the most part we're shoving our hate right at them. And I know I keep saying hate over and over again, but it's the best terminology I have, and by God damn it, I'm gonna use it. But a lot of people are just very angry at Gijain because they don't seem to be listening to us. They seem to be ignoring what we have to say, and instead of fixing features that are broken, they go through and add new things, which breaks it even more. A similar issue went down with CCP, the developers in EVE Online. They started implementing very new things into EVE, and people very, very negative to that. They wanted them instead to patch what was already in the game and fix it first. And eventually CCP tried to do what Gijain's kind of doing now, which is either ignore what they're saying or just kind of don't talk to them or take it personally and just have to defend everything. And what ended up happening was there was a lot of negative regard to CCP in the EVE Online community. Personally, I'm not an EVE Online player. If you are, I bet you have a bit more insight than I have, and I hope you would leave your experience in the comment section below. But it was kind of one of those things, people didn't really appreciate that, so eventually CCP's like, okay, well, we have to do something now. So they're like, hey guys, we're gonna fix everything. And they're like, yay. And now CCP is in the popular chart again, but something Gijain hasn't been with, you know, they're kind of falling between the whole hate thing, people hating them. I think it's quite interesting, and it's kind of a shame. I mean, whether or not the hate is justified, I feel like a lot of it's not legitimate criticism. And that's where I feel Gijain gets very irritated. A lot of the hate is simply, new reward system sucks. That's not criticism. That's a complaint. That's not criticism. Criticism would be like, the new reward system sucks. Here's how you fix it. Or here's an idea of what to do. Or new reward system sucks. The rewards are useless. Please make more useful rewards. Boom! Oh, that's legitimate criticism. Just saying something sucks doesn't make it criticism. If I was to go and critique Red's channel and go, thumbnails suck, you know what Red would be like? Well, screw you. If I was like, hey Red, you know, your thumbnails are kind of, why don't you try using some more contrasting colors or whatever. This is just an example, Red. Please don't hate me for this. But you know what Red would probably do? Oh, look at it. Now, first off, you have to present it in a nice manner, which is something that the War Thunder community has seemed to baffle a lot of people who are angry on the subreddit there, that are like, you know, oh, the game's broken, and then it's like, Gijain, fix realistic battles, B29 overpowered. You suck. Nope, not criticism. And going, B29 overpowered, Gijain, way to fail at it. Maybe this time you could fix it by doing, not criticism. Well, I guess it is criticism, but it's not polite. You gotta be polite to get things fixed. You can't just yell at someone and expect it to work. And this is something that I feel baffles many players. And that's where I really feel, at the bottom line, this is why I feel a majority of the War Thunder community is hostile. Not because of the fact of the frequencies of the post, not because of how high voted the post is, not because of the lack of genuine criticism, it's how people present themselves. People present themselves in such a negative and hateful way to Gijain, it's ridiculous. People go, I don't know, just, new reward system sucks. You know, even if you said new reward system sucks, here's how you fix it. No, you don't present yourself that way. You need to go, hey, the new reward system isn't working as well as the previous one. How about we do this? Boom! Oh my god, it's so much more readable. I don't feel threatened reading it. I mean, I don't care how justified your hate is. You gotta present it in a respectable manner. Otherwise, I don't care what you have to say. Same thing goes to people who leave comments on my channel. If you leave a comment on my channel saying, your video sucks, why don't you do this? I'm not going to look at your criticism. Okay? I'm going to go, this isn't worth my time. If you said, hey, video was a little lackluster today, how about you do this to fix it? Oh, this man obviously cares about my channel because he is presenting me in a respectable way. I will respect what he has to say. And this is something I feel that baffles so many people online. Alright, that turned into a rant there. I guess that's my final conclusion on the matter. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're willing to duke this out in the comment section, I will try and reply as long as you're respectful. Yeah, so I guess this is the end. Hope you enjoyed. BioTrashman signing out.